Welcome back to another video, and we are now doing the Washington Commanders rebuild. I'm going to tell you right now, you are going to want to stick to the end because this last playoff streak here is well worth the watch. Because I'm still not over it, and I filmed this over 24 hours ago. So, enjoy. Keep that in mind. Just stick around for that part. So, we got Washington Washer rebuilding us the Washington Commanders. So we will be going to end of Super Bowl and first thing of re-signings. I get one shot at everybody. That's it. We'll see what happens. And then from there, we'll see what moves we need to make to get this team back just over that hump where they were to playoffs. So let's get them there to the Super Bowl and let this sim commence. And like I said, we'll see what happens and see who we got to make moves with come the end of this. Well, we slightly lucked out by this. I mean, we absolutely stunk at 5-12, which means I have a decent pick to do this rebuild thing. Although that means I'm slightly concerned for the overall of this team at the point. But to give everybody an idea of what the playoffs and everything look like, here's what you got. Bucks have made it all the way to the Super Bowl versus the Ravens. Your Ravens beat Kansas City and then beat Buffalo. Although it had the Steelers. I was about to say, it was like, it's somewhat like lore accurate for like what an actual playoff can be until you see the fact that the Steelers won against the Colts 35-0. That's not quite lore accurate. Over on the other side there, I mean, Bucks crushed the Falcons, understandable. Dallas over Vikings, it's understandable. I think they were home, so I don't think it's legit. Rams over San Fran, I can see that. Packers over Rams, I can see that. Bucks beat Cowboys, I expect that. Bucks beat Packers, marginally okay, but I can believe it. And if we're looking at this one, I say Bucks over Ravens because I am a Steelers fan. So just a little bias there. But when it comes to that, we got 2 more weeks here until we can start re-signing people. But let's see who you guys have as our fictional first Super Bowl champions technically of this rebuild. But the rebuild starts in this offseason. So we have a winner of... Dang it! I was slightly impartial here. I'm lying. I was completely wanting them to lose. Michael Pierce there's a D tackle with Super Bowl MVP. As far as everything else goes, no, we're on here, which is kind of expected. But I will get to the re-sign phase. I'll let you guys know who we re-sign. And then I will let you guys know at the end of the free agency who we get there. So let's see what happens. So for the signings, we have Chin, who doesn't want to sign, which is slightly upsetting. Justice, who does want to sign, but he is a 27-year-old, so he's not going to improve a ton. How many years does he want? He wants 2. That takes him basically to the end of where he's going to be at 77. No, Brian doesn't want to come back. That's really about all there's. I mean, Bobby Wagner's no interest in coming back at all. That hurts. Zach Ertz doesn't want to come back. And we gotta get some stuff. We're honestly, I'm gonna try to resign these 2, but that's probably about it. Honestly, I'm not gonna be able to get anybody else. Honestly, but let's see. I'll let you guys know at the end of free agency what happens. All right, so here we go with the recap of everything. We signed a few bit of people here. As you can tell, we got the top person with Ziegler as a guard, but he's older, so we're only getting him for a year or 2. But we got him, Hollywood Brown, Bakari, Anger, Garrett, Browning, McManus, Singleton, and Mo Cox. So a little slight deviation down in the tight end department here, but everything else looks fairly okay. To give everybody an idea of what we're looking at, pop this up, pop this lineup up. I mean, I've given them I didn't mean to bump that. I've given them weapons. I mean, we didn't get the other receiver signing, unfortunately. We only got Brown out of the 2. We targeted him and Hopkins. We went both. But Bakhtari should be a little bit of a help, as well as over here. Technically, this is our weak spot here, but they're all around the same edge, and hopefully Coleman can... Oh, wait, that's my tackle. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing to say. As far as defense goes, we've made a decent defense. It's kind of mid. We could use some middle linebacker help, and we could use some edge help, in all honesty. But they're 84s. We're 84s across the board. I don't question everything here. But I will see you guys in or after the draft and see how this goes. All right, so we're going to take a look at the draft recap now. We got a 74, 74, 73 overall halfback, power back again, and a 71 overall receiver. So not a bad draft, in all honesty. If we're looking for overalls here from the NFL, best player, not one of one. It's the 9-pick corner. That one I could have taken, and I'm a little annoyed at that. Now that we've done this, fine. I don't think it really changes anything. We drafted for depth, if we're being honest with ourselves. Honestly, you know what this changes? He might get benched by the end of this because he's only 2 off. If he gets here, if he matches or if he gains 1 by regular season, he goes up. He's in. He's in the starting lineup. I don't care. Defensive wise, we didn't draft anything for here. We left it alone. But we're gonna look. I'm gonna see. I might look to move Payne or Allen to acquire an edge rusher. I might. I'm considering it. Where I hope Browning can make a difference. But I think this might be a move, and we might move Lattimore. Because we don't have many years with him. He might have to go soon. But let's check this team. Let's see if we have to make a change in the starting lineup once we get the season. Alright, so we're getting the regular season here. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with. So, obviously, choose a draft class, keep auto-generated rookies, because we're not giving ourselves any advantages based on other people's opinions. And up to the roster for just lineups. We have a 78 overall Wiley, a 76 overall Brian. He hasn't quite surpassed him yet. He is technically my best tight end. So we're going to put him at tight end. Because why not? Receivers, we got 2 good ones, and McAfee's just kind of here. Honestly, I might go sign somebody and then cut somebody. Eckler's at the 3. But O-line looks great for this year, and we have good youth on the right side of it. So, or technically left, because Cosme will come back over the right. He'll go over to the left. But anyhow. Defense, yeah, nothing's looking bad. The only thing I question about this team is the fact that Jonathan Allen is 30. And Lattimore, I think, is 29 at this point, if I'm not mistaken. So Lattimore's 29. Technically, there's 3 question marks on this team. McLaurin, or technically 4 now that I signed Hollywood Brown. But McLaurin's 29. Lattimore's 29. And Jonathan Allen is 30. So the question is, do we want to extract value for those 3? Or do we want to let it play out? I know what I think we're going to do is we're going to go to mid-season and make that decision. But I got to go assign scouts because that's how scouting works in this. It's stupid. So as we come across mid-season here, if we're not playing well, I think we got to make some moves for picks. And we are 4-3. I was not where I wanted to be because I did not want to be middle of the pack. Okay, McLaurin doesn't want to be here at all. Because he's not a scheme fit. And he's a trade target. So we might try to move him for a younger receiver and some picks. Robinson wants to be here. I don't want to sign an 83 overall running back, but I will try to trade him away. Allen wants to leave. Again, that's it. This is a tough one if we're looking at this, in all honesty. There's not a ton of people that want to resign, but there's a big 3 here. I think we're going to try to move all of them because doesn't want to be here, is 30 years old, and was on the tail end of his talent. So we're going to move him for his talent. We're going to move him because he's going to be here. We're going to move him because he has an overall, decent overall. So I'm going to make some moves. Let's see what we come back with. All right, so we move McLaurin for Tajay Spears and Sweat. And a 5th in a few years, a 7th in a few this year, and 5th next year, a 7th this year, and a 2nd this year. We gave up a 5th in this year, or sorry, we have a 2nd and 7th in 2 years, a 5th in 3 years. We gave up a 5th this year, and a 5th and 6th in 3. So Not too bad. Got some young stars to build and add to it. That was to replace the D tackle was to replace Allen when we trade him away, and the other one was to replace Robinson because we're trading him away. So let's see what else we can do. So we finalized a trade here with the Chargers to get Quentin Johnson, a 5th or 7th next year, a 7th and 6th next year, 5th and 6th this year. So just some minor picks for that. Wasn't a great package we could get from him, unfortunately. We got to do the last one here. All right, we got another deal for Allen here. We get Hobbs, a 3rd this year, or 3rd next year, a 6th next year, a 3rd in 3 years, and a 4th in 3 years. So the only one technically that I'm still considering moving, I need to look at the team really quick to see if I want to make a move with this because I'm trying to build. So if you're looking at the team now, Hollywood Brown gets the 1, Quentin Johnson's the 2, Tajay Spears is now the 1. We're doing this. I don't know why you didn't put that man in over my guy. Cosme's currently injured for 1 week, so it's not great. But if we're going to do that, we're putting in the rookie. And then the defense, a little bit of a remake over. You have Sasmi who is there. You now have Hobbs who sits at the 2. I'm going to move Lattimore more than likely. Just because he is still an X factor. And he's about to regress heavily. I don't know what I'm going to be able to get for him, though, is a concern. Because he's only an 88 overall. And ideally, I make a move for receiver, if we're being honest with ourselves, to try and give Daniels a true 1. It's like Hollywood's a good 1, but it's a good 1 for like 1, maybe 2 years. I don't have anyone here who can become a 1 is the issue. So I think we got to move Lattimore here. And I think... All right, we made a deal here. We are giving up Lattimore and Quentin Johnson for DJ Moore, Kyle Gordon, and Tremaine Edmonds. So that makes it a bit more interesting in terms of roster now. Because kind of gives them a 1-2 now for Daniels. You still have Spears. We're still making this move even though it says I shouldn't. And I'm still making this move even though it says I probably shouldn't. Doing it anyway. But look at the defense now. 3 pretty mediocre around the same spot corners. With a good backup here in Justice. Middle of the pack D-line. We fixed the middle linebacker problem. We still have a decent one here. Be interesting to see. Now, if I hit the trade center, let me see what it says my needs are. Tight end, I agree. Left guard, I don't agree with. I think we're fine. Right tackle, we're fine. Right end, yes. Wide receiver still being at 5 is surprising. But we're going to play some moments. We're going to see how this team looks now with all these moves have been made. Let's see what happens. So we're playing some games here. You got Tremaine Edmonds who's sitting there as a player of interest here. But 1-6 Patriots. So this should be a fairly easy showing for us. I don't know how true that is. But it should be fairly interesting. I don't like this, but I want to run more on a sweep really badly. Not bad. Good cut up. Good first. So we have the red zone here. So let's take a look. I'm curious to see how this offense operates with a new running back who's not a power back and some new weapons. Not bad. I mean, it's not a terrible run. It's not a great run, but it's not terrible. And then if we're looking at this from everything else wise, got drilled because I just completely froze. I'm gonna admit there's not a lot of great plays here. Double running back in the backfield here is not bad. I'm actually gonna switch Moore's route to an in. kind of swing off tackler because they had a guy running free at me. We need about 12. In the spirit of the NFL, we're going to split screen this. Not going to quite get there. Going to put us in 4. I'm going to take the field goal just to be safe. So it's not a great showing by me. But it's promising for the team, in all honesty, if we're looking at that. That's pretty promising, in my opinion. Just because we have 2 superstars. We still have Jaden Daniels. We still have the right tackle. The question that becomes of all of this is, are the stars enough? And off to Spears. Spears with a quick cover. Brown, not bad. I mean, that's going to take us to the end there, which we're going to win. Like I said, we're going to win this one. We expect to win this game handingly, and we did. It was a very, very well-performed game by Washington Washer and the Washington Commanders. I question, though. I question if the stars are enough. Now, if we look at the stats, Jaden Daniels had a pretty good day. Not a great day, pretty good day. But again, I question if the stars are enough in all of this. We'll find out come playoffs. All right, we're coming up in the playoffs here. Let's take a look at what this team looks like with everything said and done. And then we'll look at the mock draft as well. 9-8 missed playoffs. Barely, but much improved from last season, which is what we wanted to see. We have Chiefs and Colts here, as you guys can see. So, fairly what we expected, to be fair. The mock draft 3 gives us pick what? So we have pick 15. And that's it. The Bears do have 2. Or they don't have 2, they only have 1. So we're at pick 15. It's saying we take a receiver, which honestly is not out of the question. Unfortunately, there's no other real keys here. But we're going to let it go. We're going to go all the way to the Super Bowl and everything because obviously we can't do anything. And then we'll see where we get from there. All right, we have a Ravens-Lions Super Bowl. But the part that we're interested in is, how's this team look? Superstar, still not decided. But we might have another year or 2 with Ziegler here. Coleman's going to start next year more than likely. Bryant's taking over the starting tackle job. Not too bad here. Not great, but not too bad. Heavy regression from Eckler here. As far as the defense goes, everyone's still star. Everything's still pretty well here. I mean, Browning's not quite coming into his own yet, which is a little upsetting to see. And we got some people that might leave here soon, but not too bad. As far as yearly awards go, no one's in the running for MVP. And we got 9th in Coach of the Year. So we got to the NFC. We are not in contention for OPY or Defensive Player. We did have Kenny Rodriguez doing the running for top 3 and the running for Offensive Rookie of the Year. And we also have another one down here in Alvarez. So that's not bad to see. Defensive, we didn't pick anybody defensively. Quarterback, we didn't even make top 10. Running back, again, nowhere to be found. Receiver, hurts to see no one there. Ziegler, though, gets 2nd in here, and that is it. Nothing on the defensive side of the ball so far. And then McManus gets 10th in kicker. So it's not a great showing by us, but not awful. We're going to go to the off-season here. And I'll get you guys once we get re-signs in free agency and see what happens. All right, as we approach the recap here, I didn't exactly have anything I wanted here in terms of people to re-sign, so I didn't re-sign anyone. I unfortunately lost Micah Parsons to the Giants when I offered him literally every single dollar I could. So that one kind of hurts. But we did manage to get a better punter, even though we only signed the last guy to a 1 year. He'll be here for over 5 years. We got Khalil Mack on a 1-year deal. We have Lawrence on a 1-year deal. At end, we re-signed Ryan Robinson, so we got Spears, and we ended up getting Ryan Robinson back for actually less than we were going to pay him in the first place. We signed Richards for a 1-year deal to fill that. You got Dicker the kicker in at now our kicker for the next 7 years. Jonnu Smith is a slight upgrade at tight end, and then we signed Russell Wilson as our backup to Jaden Daniels. So no blockbuster signings going into this, but the team looks as follows going into this draft. We still have to draft everything, but the offense fairly good around here. For being honest, let me do this to make it easy for everybody. Could probably use this third receiver, if we're being honest with ourselves. Unfortunately, I mean, Reeves got the star, which is great, but unfortunately Bryant lost his superstar, which is kind of upsetting to see. And then we have 274 sitting here. Defense, Khalil Mack at the edge position here. Browning lost his, unfortunately, his star. Armstrong's still here. We got another star in Lawrence, and then we get stars across the board. So hopefully we can see some improvement in this defense. It's still relatively young. Get some older leaders on the line and everywhere else, but hopefully we can hit some points with this draft. Do you have any idea where we're picking? We have pick 15, and they're saying physical receiver here. I don't disagree with the option of going for receiver. Because like, if you look at the defense, B, right end's a C. Technically, we have 2 C's. We have left guard, which is the young guy who should progress quickly, and right receiver, who is DJ Moore and Hollywood Brown. And this might be one of the last years we get Hollywood Brown at like peak performance before he starts to regress. So we definitely need to go the receiver route here. We just don't know if it's gonna be him. I gotta do some scouting before we go to this, and then we'll see what happens. But it says weakest positions, tight end, strongest is DB. So we're looking for tight end and receiver in the first 2 rounds here. But we'll see what we can come up with. Also, another thing to note, if you look at this, we had a great rushing offense, a great defense in terms of points and passing yards and rushing yards. We struggled to score points and pass. So we're gonna hit those parts here. There wasn't much to, if I recap the free agency again really quickly. We went for here, but he had no interest. We couldn't get him. They had a 5-star deal from the Raiders, according to him. But if I go to receivers here, I couldn't get, like, none of them were interested in me. Veely might have been the only one, but I would much rather go sign like a Hardman or somebody in free agency of next year and draft a receiver. So we'll go to the draft, do some scouting, and then go to the draft, and we'll see what we can come up with. But the record's an improvement. It'll be interesting to see what we can find, though. All right, we got a draft recap here. Picks look as follows: 75-76, 65-68. Pretty decent receiver they got me down here. What are the odds it's X Factor hidden? Nah, of course not. I figured it wasn't, but it was all worth a shot. As far as everything else goes, though, like, he's gonna start. He's gonna be 3rd string. He's gonna start. I think that's pretty good in terms of the grand scheme of things for us. So let's take a look at the starting roster based off of all of that. We go back to here, adjust the lineup, best one, and then we'll make changes based off of what we see here. So obviously, generate best lineup. Okay, confirmed. 86, 82, 76. We're going to probably put him as our slot guy. You got our starting guy here. So this could start to ramp up well to pair with Daniels and everything. We've given him 2 star running backs. One's a power back, one's not. Or more of a power back, I guess is a statement there. We have a hidden middle linebacker. We didn't really address any of the defensive needs in the right end or left outside linebacker. Unfortunately, we tried. It didn't work. But everything else looks okay. And then I think what I'll do here is I will actually switch Preston to the slot, even though he's not as good, just to get the reps, because I think that's a good idea for me there. And then everything else looks basically we need there. So we have a shot. Let's go to the season. Let's go to the regular season and see where they sit. But I think we're looking good going in this next one. All right, as we get ready to come up to the season here, it will be very interesting to see how those rookies have progressed being in a starting lineup. I think the tight end probably gets his dev trait, I don't think the others will. But let's take a look. We're at 85 and 84, so we're middle of the pack here in anything. Adjust the lineup here. He hasn't gotten his yet, so what's he sitting at? He's about halfway there. Okay. And we have almost already have Perry Weston, so that's not bad to see. He's up to a 78 already, so he might hop over Hollywood Brown here in a little bit. I think we're going to switch the offensive playbook, though. Looking at this. I think we're going to go with... Let's go with Sirianni's playbook. I feel like that will favor this team a little bit, because you kind of have exactly what they... Actually, you know what I want to go with? I'm going with Kansas City's. Because most of these are going to be throwing plays. We have a decently mobile quarterback still. And... yeah, we don't really change the scheme for this. Fine. But we switched that. I think that works just fine here, because we have a pretty decent O-line. And I think Daniels will thrive in a position where he can run a little bit. But we have enough weapons around him that he can throw like crazy. I don't think he's going to have any problem throwing. So, let's sim to the midseason here and take a look at how this team looks. Wow! Alright, we are 1-5 apparently. That is a hurtful thing to see by midseason, I won't lie to you. And I'm going with it's got to be the playbook, in all honesty. Tajay Spears, Tremaine Edmonds. And then I'm assuming this is where we accept his 5th, yeah. Well, we got to change this playbook, because obviously that's got to be the playbook being an issue. Because that Chiefs playbook did not work out like I thought it would. I'm gonna go to my go-to that I've done the past 2 rebuilds with, which is Sirianni's. Seeing if that helps a little bit more. But we're not seeing anything. And then Reeves. Oh, did we seriously lose our starting right tackle? Is that what you're telling me? We lost him for the season? Where's he at? Anybody else confused where my guy went? Why did it kick him out? So he's star. They're both star. No one, unfortunately, got superstar out of that. That's upsetting to see. But let's see if that helps. We'll do some signings, and then we'll see how this team performs here against the Seattle Seahawks. So this is normally whenever we're getting close to winning the Super Bowl and everything. We're going to play this game against the Seahawks. And we're going to see if we turned it around with the Sirianni playbook. I'm hoping we did, because frankly, looking at that and saying, hey, Sirianni playbook is not the way to go, or KC playbook was absolutely horrendous for this offense. I mean, he's looking pretty good with that stat line. First time in is on defense here. Let's go with a man robber. Actually, we're going to switch this to a Tampa or cover 3 sky. See if we can get there. But, I mean, we should be fairly okay if we're being honest with ourselves. Not going to get him. But not great, not awful. See if we can get a chance to play some offense here. We do. We get the red zone alert here. All right, let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can even up the score. I mean, we got options. Like, we have options if we're being honest here. They cut that down terribly. All right, they caught it, but that was ugly due to the pressure, and that was ugly due to the fact that they almost undercut that route. They came off that edge so stinking fast, and that's a corner blitz too. Let's see if we can get this. I'm gonna try to keep Spears in. I'm running because tried to run it through. It didn't work. I'm gonna go for it because it's me and I'm doing this. Let's go with Emmett speed dig, because if they leave more on a single coverage here and man, I'm fine. I don't know if this is man. I don't think it is. Oh my god, I stepped up, saw someone in my face and threw it, and it worked. Okay, that worked. That shouldn't have worked. Let's go to the end here and see where we go. So we got about a minute left here. Seattle's in scoring position. We have a 2-possession lead, though. And a sack coming up there, which is huge. Another 4-man rush here. Quick getting there. Good sack again from Uvudu. 3rd and 29. And they almost fired one for a first. That was ugly. I am so happy we have decent safeties in Chen here. That was terrifying. 4th down conversions were both 1 for 1. Mine was the one I scored with. Decent pressure. Got it back. So we're not look. Again, it doesn't look awful. I gotta look at the stat line though. Something went terribly wrong. I don't know why my star tackle got booted, and I gotta take a look at if there is an issue with the playbook or what that was. Because frankly, the fact that we're 1-5 after going 9-8 and not making any major changes, except improving, is weird. So I question a lot here. I got some questions I need to answer, because I'm not gonna be able to re-sign the D tackle, and obviously I can't trade a D tackle for D tackle and actually improve my. Well, I can. It's gonna be a little harder, but I don't know why we didn't just run the football, but we're gonna give them the ball back in some form or fashion here. No, we're not. Okay, we gave him a chance to get a touchdown or something there, but they weren't going to win. Let's take a look at this. Jaden Daniels had a very good game. So maybe we were with the Sirianni playbook. Maybe the Sirianni playbook is the fix. But I got to take a look at some stats really quick, because the fact that we are 1-5 after doing almost nothing differently is stupid. It's very concerning, for being honest with ourselves. Where's the stats? Videos with the stats I'm looking for, and they are not here for some reason. Yeah, 2-5. I'm gonna make some moves here because I can't see them. We'll be able to sign Edmonds. Edmonds just wants to wait a week. Quan Martin really doesn't want to be here. So then we're gonna try to get him moved for a D tackle. We're gonna try to move Payne for a free safety. And then I'm going to see, I'm going to move Justice. Justice is also going to move. I know what I want to go after. I just got to see what I got to do to get him. Give me a minute. All right, so we traded Justice away for Chase Young to give us an end upgrade here. We now need to see what we can move where for Payne and our free safety. All right, so we unloaded them for some picks here. We got Washington back to improve a tight end spot on our end at the tight end too. In a 7th, I think it's 7th this year, 3rd this year, 4th this year, and a 4th next year. So we got some later stuff here. We'll re-sign him. We'll get Washington re-signed here really quickly. See if we can take off 3 here. Perfect. He'll be willing to come back. Everybody else we're going to let go. Doubt we're thinking anything for Washington. We'll re-sign Edmonds. He wants another week here, which is fine. 34-year-old Malik Hooker. Kevin Brad wants the same thing. He ain't going to come back. More than likely, he'll just retire. So we'll do that because he also gets the mentor thing. So it's not a huge thing for me, but something. See, we go by mid-season here. Those trades technically didn't help us at all. But let's see if the playbook change helps us because we got an interesting part of the schedule. We've done it. We made playoffs. We turned around the season and made playoffs. I'll take it. Let's take a look what we're looking at for playoff bracket. We are the dead last seed, though. We have the Bears. And if we win, we have the Eagles. So let's see what we can do here. It'll be interesting to see. Let's take a look at the roster, see if anything's changed. I don't think so, but let's take a look. Stars all around still. Jane Daniels still the only superstar on the roster. Looks like. Yep, pretty similar. Pretty similar. Didn't see literally almost no changes. But I will give Gordon. Gordon's progressing really, really well. So it's a good thing to have. But let's I don't know how many more years we're gonna have, honestly. We might have 1, maybe 2 years, because we're gonna have to pay Jane Daniels here in a year or two. We get 1 more year. It's either this year or next year for us to win a Super Bowl before we have to pay Daniels, and then we're in a hole. So let's play some moments. Let's play the Bears and see if we can pull this one out. Because if not, then the idea changes for the next one when we try to do this. Jane Daniels, Caleb Williams. Let's see if we can do it. Big third down against Chicago here. Cloud cover. Get Young off the edge here. They got 3 superstars in this offense. Komet's in motion. Got there. Luvu missed. Ooh, Komet got drilled but didn't get there. Only held him to 3, though. 7 points on the board for us. And we're in the red zone now. First and goal. Spears in the backfield. Gonna hand it off to him. All right, second and goal. 2 yards left. Brownie in motion. We're going to see if we can pop open a hole here. Get Spears into the end zone. Good hole and in. 13-3. Early lead here for us. Let's sim to the end of the game here and see what happens. So we're in okay shape here. It got off. It's out of bounds. They're at the 14. Forget Lutz's field goal range. It's do or die touchdown. There is 7 seconds left. Do or die touchdown for them to make it. Decent rush. Williams will run it and out of bounds, and it's over. That is the most anticlimactic way to end this wild card game. But once again, Jane Daniels beats Caleb Williams. This time in the playoffs, I can't help but laugh at this. Not a bad showing by either quarterback, to be fair. More yards, better completion percentage, but more touchdowns. Not bad to see. I'm trying not to laugh at that, but I can't help it. We all knew this was coming. We lose in everything. We lose in everything to this team. I'm so terrified. The only thing I want to know prior to this game is lost week 1 to them. We played them twice. Where's the second one? Lost again. Okay, this is not looking good. If we're being honest with ourselves, this does not look good. This might be... They are on a perfect skate. Oh, They have a perfect season going. They have a perfect season going. They're 91, 91, 91. And this is one of our last chances to win this without basically going back to square one because we'll have to pay Jay Daniels. Either that or I trade him and try to draft a rookie quarterback. They're giving me the first drive. Let's play the first drive. See if this team, we can make something happen. There's still Jalen Carter there. They got Cooper DeJean on Moore here. And he blocked it. Darn it. I went early. I was trying to keep him flustered with a throw immediately on a deep route. It didn't work. They are showing this. They are going to show this side, and I am not going to be able to get it. And I knew it. I just need yards, though. Got a lot of stuff over here. For some reason, McCaffrey is in at my 2. I'm just going to run this because they left all of the field open here. I'm just going to go down. I was going to juke him and try to go for more, but that just seemed really stupid after I thought about it. Pulling guard. Let's go with slants. See if they can get Spears out of the backfield here. Got Spears. Exactly what I thought happened. Spears made a miss. Couldn't get rid of Cooper DeJean. We're looking good on the first drive here. I don't know why McCaffrey's in. Why is he in? He shouldn't be in. I'm going to give it to him, but he shouldn't be in. It should be the other guy, not him. I want the rookie in. But I'm not going here. I'm not going to sit here and pause the game and try to make 30,000 adjustments. We're just going to play. Oh, good run down by Braun there. Couldn't get me anywhere. Go with a halfback ISO, maybe? I don't know. Brian Robinson's in. It's kind of the back I prefer in this situation just because he might be able to get power, but no, he can't. Honestly, it might have been better off just diving in all honesty there. Who do we got? We got get more on a drag route here. Get to the tight end. 4th and 2. We're going for it, folks. Jaden Daniels is hurt. That means you know who's in? I have Mr. Unlimited in now because Jaden... Kidding me. Spears in. I don't know why we didn't put in Brian Robinson there. All right, here's our defensive thing. 3rd and 7. Let's come out with man coverage here. Actually, no. We will lose man coverage every single time. We do not have the corners to defend A.J. Brown. Heavy pressure. Got to him on the edge. Khalil Mack with a sack. Let's go, 46 baby. Seconds left. Eagles have the ball. Down by 7. 3 timeouts left. They look like they're marching. Oh, that is so hurtful to see. We left Wicks wide open. You're kidding me. If they score here, we have somewhat of a chance. Nope, they're going to be short, and they're going to run it all the way down to like 2 seconds. Oh, does this defense need to come up huge? This is defense or bust. 11 seconds. Defense or bust here. Nope. They're going to score. Oh, we lost the contain. We lost the contain there. Are you kidding me? I'm pretty sure that's Young too. I'm pretty sure that's Young who lost the contain. There are 7 seconds left. If he misses the extra point somehow, we win. If he doesn't, they tie and we go to overtime. More than likely, this goes to overtime. It's going to overtime more than likely. I'm so stressed because I have no idea what my quarterback is. I don't know if Jaden Daniels is healthy or if I'm still rocking Mr. Unlimited as my backup. I guess I'm going to find out here in about 2 seconds whenever they pull in the quarterback. Yeah, it's Mr. Unlimited, isn't it? Yes, it is. Gosh damn it.
Now Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
Please tell me defensive pass interference. Please tell me defensive pass interference.
Incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Come on, Dicker. Come on, Dicker.
And he got it. He splits the uprights, and in doing so, he sends them to
What just happened? We just got bailed out to the nines.
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready.
We just got bailed out to the nines by them and the Dicker the Kicker, baby.
For the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl.
My heart is pounding out of my chest at the moment. I don't know what to do or say. How long are we out Jaden Daniels for? Please tell me it's not a week. No, he's done for the year. No. Well, I gotta go sign a backup quarterback now. We did it, but now I need to sign a quarterback because I don't know what we're gonna do come next week. All right, we have the 49ers versus ourselves. We have a better defense in opponents passing, but not rushing. They're better in rushing yards per game. They're better in every offensive stat, too. Based off the stats, we have a chance. Based off of this set, I don't really feel confident. Playoff bracket is as so. Jets, Chargers, 2-5 versus 3-7. And the biggest issue is we are down Jaden Daniels. And I'm running with Josh Dobbs, who is the highest ranking free agent quarterback. And Teddy Bridgewater is my backup. Russell Wilson's here. I'm going to start him. I am going to start Russell Wilson over Josh Dobbs in a playoff game. Oh, this is terrifying. I'm so concerned. But we have a chance. We're in the game, and we have a chance. I'm rocking with Russell Wilson as my quarterback. This is not okay. I want to run a cover 2 hard flat here. Let's see if Sweat can get to Purdy. Because Purdy's not mobile. Remember, Purdy's not super mobile. McCaffrey's somehow still a superstar, which is terrifying to see. 3 for them. Red zone alert, 1st and goal. We got our offensive possession. Let's go. We're going with a wham to start. Spears, drowning, get this D tackle out of my way. Someone gets second level. Yes, sir. W's. Up twice. McCaffrey motion again. You got Kittle and Ayuk as X factors over there. Decent pressure, not going to get there again. McCaffrey tackled inbounds again. Superstar McCaffrey got him 4 yards there. Brock Purdy X factor. Another snap. Minute 17 left. Pressure. Fumble. Recovered! Oh my gosh! We're gonna... Come on, boys. I am freaking out right now.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking.
Khalil Mack! Strip sack, baby! Who is on that ball? Who is that's Edmonds, isn't it?
And that was taken away
Ah!
by their own mistake.
Mr. Unlimited, run the football for some first downs and win this. Come on. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. No, not what we need. You need to stay up longer. Tajay, I need more. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No! Is that Bosa? It's not Bosa. I don't know who this is. Whoever you are, screw you. Stop it. Tajay, come on, boys. We're at 13. We're not in field goal range, unfortunately. I was hoping we can get in field goal range, but it's not going to happen. Timeout called, minute 03. They're going to get the ball with about a minute left, no timeouts, and they're going to have to score a touchdown. Townsend, I need him inside the 10. Out of bounds at the 11. All right, I'll take it. It's not inside the 10, but it's just I'm close, so I'll take it. This is why you sign a punter, folks. Purdy's got to go 89 yards. Well, technically 90 yards because he's got to get in the end zone. Technically, it's 89. They'll only be on the goal line, so it's fair. 89 yards and no timeouts. 58 seconds left. Decent pressure. Caught by Kittle up to the 35. There's going to be some runoff here, though. Down to 35 seconds. Come on, pass rush. Chase Young, get there. No! Speared in the middle there. I don't know who it was. 17 seconds left. They may have two more. This might be one of the last two plays. Chase Young. What's the flag? Runoff. We win. Runoff, we win. It's over. If it's runoff. Clock runoff. We win. Washington. Oh, wait. There should be a runoff, isn't there? It shouldn't be. It should be done. It should be over. It should be a runoff.
Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
Come on. No, we need a pass rush. Boys, come on. Get there. Get there. Get there, Edmonds. Yes. Let's go. Washington Washer is going with the Commanders to the Super Bowl. What is going on? I don't even have J.D. Daniels anymore.
We do it.
What is happening?
I'm terrified. I am absolutely terrified of this. I'd be lying if I said otherwise. I don't even want to see what all this stuff is. Just get me into the game and get my anxiousness over.
We caused a punt. First drive. We get first. They're letting me do our first drive in here.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Moore's going deep.
Now Wilson on the
Not going to be able to get to him.
force that
I tried to throw it away and it didn't let me. That is terribly upsetting.
Let's see what they
Unfortunately, Mr. Unlimited did not let me get the ball off. Go for wide trail.
trying again following the sack.
Larry Brown in the middle for some good yards. There, got me back somewhat in manageable range here.
Still not enough for the first.
I still can't believe Russell Wilson is currently my quarterback in the Super Bowl. This feels really dumb. I might have DJ Moore. Depending on where this free safety goes, we might have more. Underneath the Brown, not going to get there again. It's 4th and 4.
Up to the 35.
Is it unrealistic to go for it? Somewhat, yes.
Never eat shredded wheat. Northeast, south, and west.
But this is me. We're going for it.
Third downs, north and south. You start going east to west.
Question is, do we have
Run into problems just like that.
a more here? If they take... I don't. It's a zone.
Fourth down. Wilson throwing.
No, what was that?
And someone stepped in. It's
Dude, this route 9 times out of 10 screws me.
down by Jamin Davis.
Minute 29 left. 3 timeouts apiece. Chargers have the football.
Looking to throw it.
Heavy pressure. Chase Young got to him.
Oh, he's not
Timeout called.
Take him.
Minute 20. 4th and 28. They are going to have to punt. This is what we traded for him. Freaking out.
Come on, baby. Come on. Can we do it? 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 Come on. Punts away. Fielded? No, not fielded. Out of the end zone. Ball at the 20. Minute 13, 2 timeouts left. We just need a field goal. Get us in Dicker the kicker's range. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. I'm so stressed out. So stressed out. Check down. Out of bounds. Didn't get anything. All right. Not happy about that one. Come on. Booth review. Overturn it. Overturn it. Overturn it. Overturn it. I don't even know if he got 2 feet in Washington, dude. That looks so... It looks like his left foot's down when he catches it, so I say it's 2. Overturn, 3 yards. Okay. Not as much as I was hoping for. I was hoping for 5. But I will take 3 because we killed time. And it's out of bounds, which is encouraging. Motion. I'm assuming that's Hollywood. Over the top. Caught. First down, just over the 30. Timeout called due to injury by the Chargers. That is huge. That is their star D tackle down with an injury for probably the remainder of this drive, not to mention they burned a free timeout for us. Under somewhat heavy pressure over the middle. Timeout called. Okay. We can't keep throwing over the middle. We're going to run out of timeouts. And we need the last one to stop the clock in field goal range, sir. All right. We also need to get the first down. Please, Mr. Unlimited, bail me out. Because if so, this probably comes to one of the most clutch free agent signings. We're in field goal range. And another timeout by them, which means another injury. Or did they actually call timeout because they know we're threatening to score? I think they know timeout because we're threatening to score and they're trying to keep time on the clock. And we just got in field goal range. Weston! That's the rookie. I swear that's the rookie. That's the rookie. The rookie! We're in field goal range. They're going to burn their last time out here after we run this football. Just get in the middle. Tajay. Tajay! This is why we make these trades, baby! All right, we got to run the ball one more time and then call a timeout with almost no time left. Get in the middle of the field. That is not the middle of the field. But if that's where he wants to be, I'm okay with this. Why are we running another play? There is no point. Tajay! This whole line and Tajay Spears are doing it. We didn't even call a timeout. Dicker. Dicker the kicker! We did it! Super Bowl champions! Without Jaden Daniels being led halfway through the playoffs by Mr. Unlimited.
The nation's capital has a reason to celebrate tonight. The Washington Commanders are Super Bowl
I am
champions.
freaking out right now. But I can't show my freak out because people are sleeping. I am trying to contain myself. You are kidding me. Russell Wilson just led me team from the divisional round. Divisional round. Jaden Daniels got us through the first one. He got us through the second. And we won. I just won a Super Bowl with Mr. Unlimited as my quarterback.
I wasn't kidding you when I said it's a pretty great run for that ending there. But from what you need to look at from their perspective of Washington Commanders, what do they need to do coming into the season? Sign yourself a better 2. You can probably make a run with McLaurin, but I don't know if you're gonna get how much of a package you're gonna get for him in real life, so that might not be realistic to trade him away. Again, you can run with McLaurin and Lattimore if you want to win this year. You just got to make sure you get yourself a 2 and you fix this O-line and you fix it well. Because obviously Madden doesn't reflect people's actual skills when it comes to these sims. So finding yourself some actual help at tackle or basically at the right side of the line is a need and necessity. Sorry, technically left guard, right tackle. It's really all you need to hit. Your left tackle you can kind of get away with, but if you want to sign one of the older guys, I see it. And defensive wise, find yourself some find yourself some sort of middle linebacking core, because frankly it's not existent. Fix that. Get yourself another decent corner. So biggest things: left guard, right tackle. Ideally, you find yourself a better tight end, a number 2 receiver, a middle linebacker, and maybe some edge rushers, and you should be good. And honestly, they all can do that in free agency. So I don't see why this team can't turn this around this year. It just didn't happen for me to be able to do that. So I'll see you guys in the next one. We're on to the next team. I don't have pulled ups here, so I don't know this. You have to find out them when I go there. Bye.